Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a bullet journal flip through for my 2019 bullet journal. I'm going to start off the bullet journal with my index page or table of contents page, whatever you want to call it, which I have kept up with but actually rarely refer to. Then I have my 2019 calendar followed by my Calendex, which helped me to plan ahead for appointments or vacations, etc. I've got my grid layout for setting up bullet journals, and then moving on to my January spread, which was Totoro. And for the most part, I really enjoyed this month. The sleep tracker worked well. I had my meals and my brain dump. And overall it worked pretty nicely. Then moving into my January goals, I have some washi tape there because there are some pages here of financial stuff that I don't want to show. My reading list, which I didn't keep up with, the national park list, which you guys know I like to have, my household chores spread, which I did use throughout the year, but it's maybe a little bit too much. Then I have my health tracker for my dog Cosmo, and moving on into February is the theme of Howl's Moving Castle, which I really did enjoy the movie and also enjoyed doing the doodles for that month. My favorite is probably the little guy down there for my meal plan. Then I've got some notes here on things that I was doing, as well as another notes page that I didn't end up needing. Moving on into March, which is the Song of the Sea themed, and my favorite page in this month was the habit tracker because it just ended up looking really, really cool. Then I have my meals and my brain dump as well. The next month is April, where I did DuckTales, and I really liked the cover page for that one, and I liked doing the little drawings, the habit tracker as well here with Magica in the shadow. I thought that ended up looking really cool. And then the brain dump as well was nice. This was a page to commemorate us going to a Smokies game. And then I have some notes on detailing cars, my first foray into making a budget in my bullet journal, which didn't go as well. And then I went into May, where I did a Pokemon spread. I didn't film this month, but I ended up keeping with my theme and doodling. This was a travel page. And then I have some pages here about my lithops, which I never got around to actually filling out. And I definitely meant to do that, but time got away from me. Then we have our trip to Shenandoah National Park. And these pages and any of our trips that we do are one of the best things that I like about my bullet journal and keeping track of it, because for me this is really keeping track of the memories and the things that we do, something that we'll be able to show future generations and have memories about and look back through. So this is my favorite part of bullet journaling, and for me that's what I love about it. Other people like the habit tracking. It just kind of depends on what you want. June was Phineas and Ferb. Again, I really like the cover page for that one. I feel like a lot of my cover pages were really interesting whenever I was doing the themed journals. My habit tracker, I really liked that habit tracker. And then again, my expense page and my brain dump. Moving on to July, which was Gravity Falls, where I did a lot of doodling, which I really liked for this one, trying to reminisce the books that are in Gravity Falls. I recreated the habit tracker but added in a few things, but again, I find my habit tracking is not always the greatest, and that's part of the reason why you will notice that I ended up stopping it throughout some of the later months. August was Molong, and I really liked the monthly spread on this one. I don't know why, but just the little tiny doodles and then filling in the pages and all of it, it really seemed to work for me, and it looked attractive. My habit tracker here, which ended up working pretty well, and I also like my little doodles for Molong as well in this month. They're just so cute. My meal plan, I also enjoyed the different handwriting, that I did, which I need to work on doing that more frequently. Then flipping the page here, I have an August overview for my budget, as well as just some little notations that I had. The last thing here for August is our trip to St. Louis, where we did some more sightseeing and got to see a Cardinals game. It was a pretty fun trip, and once again, I just enjoy having all of the pictures and keepsakes and things that I add to the bullet journal, which just make it so interesting and reminds me of those little scrapbook journals that I always saw whenever I was a kid and just really loved. Not as cool as those, but in its own way, pretty cool. So then the next month is September, where I did Big Hero 6. I can't remember now if I filmed this one or not for September, but it ended up looking pretty nice. I have kept a lot of the same sort of monthly spread just because I felt like it seemed to fit really well, and I liked the way that layout was. The next page is commemorating that we are expecting, and the little picture that we took in the mountains, as well as whenever we found out that we were having a girl, and the little surprise shower thing that we threw for that. October was Kiki's delivery, and I sort of changed up the monthly spread this time because I hadn't used as much of it. Still using my notes page and meal plan, but I definitely didn't do anything for my habit tracking. The next few pages here are from our trip to Montreal, where there were not as many sort of keepsake items for me to put in my bullet journal for this one, so a lot of the bullet journal was writing and pictures, which is still a great way to commemorate the trip. It just gives it a little bit of a different look than some of the other ones that I've had where we've gone to national parks and I've gotten stamps. I didn't really have anything like that to add to this bullet journal, but I really did enjoy going to Montreal, and I enjoy being able to look back on those memories and pictures and just remember all of the fun things that we did really for our last trip before we have a kid. So this was a special trip for us. The next month is November, which I did not film because I just started to lose track of time, and I did a really simple calendar on the left-hand side because I wasn't using it very much, and as you can see, it was a pretty short month because I was so busy. Moving into December, I did the Grinch as my theme, and a little bit of a different bullet journal layout. I didn't end up using my monthly calendar as much as I had planned on. My meal plan and brain dump, which I thought those ended up looking really cute as well. Then I moved into 2020 calendar, and that is the flip through for this year of 2019. Thanks for watching.